Good morning once again to the wireless communication, cellular and LTE 4G spectrum or broadband. So previously we discussed this cell structure, right? Then one part we discussed was on sectoring part. So for the angle purpose. Then broadband wireless channel, one of the important concept was this fading. So fading occurs when you have multiple transmission of same data. Okay. So you can observe here fading is caused by the reception of multiple version of same signal. Okay. The multiple received version are caused by the reflection and they are referred to as multi-path. We have seen this example. So there is an antenna over there, two antennas, local scattering. So you can observe the angles at which they refracts. Same signal only will be transmitting. So let us consider a time varying tapped delay line channel. As either the transmitter or receiver move relatively to each other, the channel response H of t will change. Movement in the propagation environment will also cause the channel response to change over time. So two important parameters we identified. One was the delay dimension, which is tau, and a time dimension, which is t. So we express that into this autocorrelation function a of delta tau by a of delta tau comma delta t, where E energy part, impulse function h of tau 1 t1 and h convolution tau 2 t2. Now this convolution is over a period of time because they are moving. You can observe here channels are moving to this part. So you will be having a time difference, so only you are having delta t, and there is a delay option also for this one. So you are going to get tau plus del tau and t plus del t. So that was a thing which we observed previously. Next, those observation can be observed in this waveform. So how scattered it is, how scattered, because you can observe that x1 of t, right, and x2 of t, so they are not in phase. Okay, so y of t, so you can see there is a uniformity available for both these two signals, so it will be easy for to decode. So to understand still more further with these waveforms, we need to identify few of the functions. One function is your delay spread, coherence bandwidth, Doppler spread, coherence time, angular spread, and coherence distance. Okay. Example of this one will be is that I want to open any application in my laptop. Right. So when I click on that one, immediately it will not open. There is some delay to open that particular window, and you will be aware of that. It will take some amount of time to open that window, right? So these are the parameters which we should analyze, so that we will come to know whether exactly when we will get the result in the weather, because every time on time session will not start, right? Maybe a delay from your end or maybe a delay from my end, right? I'm not saying only that delay will be there. It's not that wantingly I am making any delay, or it is not like that you wantedly purposefully are not joining the class. Maybe intentions will be different sometimes. Maybe for attendance sake you will be joining that one, right? Maybe there is a technical issues there for really which you are not able to join. So there are many number of things. So we need to measure how genuine it is, right? How genuine it is, those all things we should be matter. Now observe, you observe that usually 11 o'clock will start, right? But always 5 minutes it will be delayed. Why? Because I understand that n number of people will be joining this session, so there will be delay. But 5 minutes we will wait and we will start. But today, if you observe that there was few issues because that group changing and all those things, so extra 5 minutes was there I need to do. Right? Still, all people have not joined. Okay, now it is the strength is around 30. It is half the strength what it will be usually. right? So why it is occurring? Because of delay, they might have been not interested to join, or there may be some end reasoning. So these all things you need to write mathematically. You need to derive it. So that is why we call it as a modeling broadband fading channels. Okay, and obviously these fading will not have a huge effect, but still there will be some effect which will disturb and which I need to avoid it. So to do this one, he is following few procedure. So what is those procedure we have to learn? In order to design and benchmark wireless communication system, it is important to develop channel models that incorporate their variations in time, frequency and space. The two main classes of models are, one is statistical model, one is empirical model. So statistical model is simpler, empirical model is difficult. This we have observed in the analog communication or principles of communication system channel also. We have a noise chapter in that. So noise chapter, what we have done is that we have taken AM wave, right, signal at the transmitter, signal at the receiver, and signal at the channel, we made it as 1, and we have taken constant amplitude of 2, signal to noise ratio. So based on that assumption, we modeled one expression and which was giving some results and which was okay. We are not telling that the results was data right? It was not useful only, it is not like that. Okay, it was giving but not completely, but for some extent which can be said, okay, it is beneficial. So we'll go with this statistical model. So here he has given few steps how to measure that one. So you can see the methods for modeling wireless channel are broken into 3 steps. First step, first consider just a single channel sample corresponding to a single principal path between transmitter and receiver. That is h of tau comma t is given by, I am taking a impulse function del of tau comma t. You can observe that delta of t is 1 for every t equal to 0 second, right? So it is not going to go forward to any frequency channel, it is not going to go for negative frequency, right? For time second 0, del value is 1. So that one we are going to select, right? This is all assumption purpose for having the clarity of how your channel will behave. That is the only thing, right? Why it is del function, why it can be sine function. Sine function, it is with respect to the 2 pi, which is 360 degree. But here we want for one location, right? We are narrowed it to 1. That is the reason here. Then step 2, next consider how this channel sample H0 evolves over time. Right. So over a period of time you wanted to know. So H0 of t, del of tau. Attempt to quantify. So that is why we were earlier doing in image processing also. If any signal is there, you quantize, right? You segregate, you go for the sampling theorem, right? Then you identify, because in frequency modulation also you are going for a wide band FM, then we converting to a narrow band FM, and from that narrow band FM we are identifying your demodulated signal. So same principle, don't go in detail of that part. Here it is only telling that what you need to do. Right. So next consider how this channel sample H naught evolves over time. That is given by h of t comma tau. Sorry, tau comma t, which is h naught of t del of tau. Attempt to quantify how does the value h naught change over time. Finally, you measure what is the value you are going to get. H tau comma t is represented in as a general time varying function. Right. So whatever the RHS value will be there, that depends on the what type of channel you are using and what type of impulse function you are going to use. Right. So that is how you measure the channel in this cellular concept. Right. This is one part. Next is your statistical channel models. Right. So channel, it can be a normal one or it can be have a multiple. Now you can see that Rayleigh fading model, line of sight channel, we call it as a Rayleigh distribution, a more general Nakagami M fading. So these are the different types of fading channels present. So we had different types of noises are present. Now here we are having the channel models which have been presented here. So here what observation we have to do is that the effects of these channels over a period of time, whether it is synchronized, whether it is not synchronized, those things we have to observe here, right? So Rayleigh function, now these are all function which have been standard, okay? So Rayleigh density value, what is a Rayleigh function? So that value you are going to substitute here and you are going to check. That is the meaning. In detailed technical terms, those all things are not present here. Okay. So which components are present? How to map those things? Convolution, how we have to do? What is the effect? How noise are affected to that one? How you quantize those noise, right? And how you get back the original signal. That is the meaning here. What he is trying to do. So Rayleigh fading model. Rayleigh fading is a reasonable model where when there are many objects in the environment that scatter the radio signal before it arrives at the receiver. So the in-phase cosine and quadrature sine components of received signal R of t follow two independent time correlated Gaussian random process. In noise chapter also we were using Gaussian noise and we were assuming it to be 1. So these are all the effects which you can find. So the Rayleigh distribution expression is given by this function. So you have power we are going to calculate it. So power it is measured into the square term of that one. So you are having these expression for this one. And finally you can say that this phase is uniformly distributed over 0 to 2 pi or equivalent from minus pi to pi. So whatever noise it is there, it is not single frequency point. That will be uniformly distributed over complete 360 degrees, which is minus pi to pi. So the noise effect also it will be very minimum, and it will be negligible. Okay, that is the meaning which he is trying to tell. But this also it should not be present. When you go for analysis session, these noises and everything will be eliminated. That is the meaning what he is trying to tell. LOS channel, which is your line of sight. So line of sight indicating that environmental or in between objects will be nil. So to have this one, the only important thing is that your distance between the transmitter and the receiver. So that you are going to measure with these expression. Okay, these are all standard expression. There is nothing what you call expression. Oh, you have derived this one. So this is how you need to remember this. There is no other option because you can observe that there is only the expression over there. So one more model which is your Nakagami M fading is relatively new, being first proposed in 1960. Right? It uses a function which we call it as a probability density function, PDF. Right? This PDF only we have used. The above two models, the LOS model and the Rayleigh model, they were generally used for your amplitude modulation. But this Nakagami modulation, it is used for the frequency modulation and which is represented for the in terms of PDF function, probability density function. Okay, so this is only theory part. There is no expression of those part. Comes here empirical channel model, right? Okamura model. This is one more type, which is for your empirical model type. Second type, statistical model. One is empirical model. So here we are having this channel model, and we are using this calculating the path loss, right? So this we call it as a Hatta model, right? So in examination they have asked for this. What is this Hatta model? So what is that expression? So we can observe that LU equal to 69.55 plus 26.66. So this is a path loss which you need to measure. Okay, and again you need to measure with respect to the transmitter and the receiver the distance. That is important function here, right? And this method was introduced by this researcher for identifying the path loss in the long-term evolution channel. right? These two expressions you should be knowing, right? Their frequency range you can observe here is given it as a carrier frequency of 1.5 gigahertz to 2 gigahertz, base antenna height of 30 meter to 300 meter, mobile antenna height of 1 meter to 10 meter, distance is from 100 meter to 20 kilometer. So between this frequency range, antenna height, distance, you can find the path loss. Cos Hata model and normal Hata model, right? How we have got these things and all those things, it is not there for your syllabus part. Okay, it is just only that how you are going to measure. In examination, they will ask write a short notes on Hata model or write a short notes on this empirical channel model. So these things you need to highlight there. So mitigation of narrowband fading, so that also observe. So again you are calculating four types here: diversity, spatial diversity, coding and interleaving, automatic repeat request, adaptive modulation and coding. So you will be having few of the terms which are present in your computer communication network. Okay, if any spatial diversity is there, right, or if coding and interleaving ECC errors are there, right, so bit error rate if it is there, right, so quality amplitude modulation, noise if it is there, so how you are going to affect that one. So here also you are having few steps. Okay, sir. Diversity is the key to overcome performance loss from the fading channel. Spatial diversity is a powerful form of diversity and particularly desirable since it does not include redundancy in time or frequency. It is usually achieved by having two or more antennas at the receiver or the transmitter. The simplest form of space diversity consists to receiver antenna where the stronger of the two signal is selected. This type of diversity we call it as a selection diversity. Mitigation of broadband fading is that since the data rate R is proportional to 1 by T, high data rate system almost invariably have multi-path delay spread. OFDM is a most popular choice of reducing interference signal intermediate, right, in high rate system including Wi-Fi, WiMAX and LTE. So the second part, what is identified or said in this part is that what is the cell structure type, what are the between the transmitter and receiver, what are the environmental objects which you find which is disturbing your signal, which will reduce, because you can observe that if any object is between you and me, okay, and when I transmit signal, so that object will receive that one, the energy or the quality of that signal will be reduced. So by how much it has been reduced, whether still it is able to reach to the destination or not, so how it has been done, what is the expression to find out those things using statistical model and empirical model, how to measure that one and how does expression will look. So these are all the things which is highlighted in this second part. Okay, so this will be your first module part. Okay, this is the first module thing which is present. You can see this is first module which is present. So same thing in this slide also goes there. So this was the thing which was present. The signal, how it will depend, the expressions for delay spread and coherence bandwidth expression, a Doppler spread and coherence time, statistical model, so step 1, step 2 and step 3, then their expression, Rayleigh fadings, the waveforms how it will be there, because you remember that one to find the FM wave we have taken Rayleigh constant, right, so that is this one. So how to measure the path loss, this path loss is given by some expression which is this value, line of sight. Then we have a modeling of Nakama, statical receiver, then time correlation, the waveform after this effect, the spectrum correlation, frequency correlation, T channel mode for path loss. So your path loss you are going to calculate by this expression. Right. This is for the part. Model for multipath 3GPP channel, that expression. Mitigation of spatial diversity, coding and interleaving, automatic repeat requests, error control coding, which is this part, demodulation. Same channel will be there, adaptive modulation, encoder part, channel demodulator, demodulator, estimation part, and a feedback system. This is all which has been taken from the textbook only. Okay. Theoretical part which is present here. Okay. I'll just show you the, just a second. So in this important question, what you can expect is the LTE network architecture. Okay, this is one thing. IP based flat network type. Then we have cellular concept, right? Then we are having important is empirical and statistical model, right? Multi antenna techniques. This is are the important part. So this is all about your module 1. Okay, so it is just section 1.4 to 1.5 for the first part, and for the second part it is from 2.2 to 2.7, and the textbook for that one will be here, this one, which is just fundamentals of LTE. Okay. Second part, second module, we are going to see about the multi-carrier modulation techniques. Okay, in the LTE, timing and frequency signalization part, OFDMA and SCFDMA part, right? Then multiple antenna transmission range. So these three part it is already given as introduction here, but in detail we will be observing in this module 2. Okay, and this module 2 will be covering in the next session, not now. This is clear with this? Fine. Anything?